Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape 3, Part 19. So now we're going back to the Banana Heat level. That's that level where they were filming that very expensive mega-budget movie out on a hot city street. There's still quite a few monkeys that weren't captured the first time around, so now we're gonna go back and finally capture them. So we're gonna go into this place where this Monsaru, or Molsaru Times, whatever you call it. I guess it's some sort of black and white monkey with a beard that dances around to some music. I think it's supposed to be a nod to Charlie Chaplin or something like that. He's the only Chaplin that I ever known, or ever heard of, really. That's what I always say, Chaplin. Isn't there I don't know much about Chaplins and other things, but all I know is that Charlie Chaplin is the real Chaplin. So now we're gonna go and capture this monkey in this black and white venue, this stage that's been painted to be black and white so it could look, like it was filmed in black and white times. That's how people film movies, in black and white. They just take all the actors and they paint them black. Used to be a standard thing in a lot of movies made a long time ago, maybe decades ago. They used to have to do that for every single movie. But now they figured, why bother? So they just film everything in color nowadays. They don't bother to paint everything black and white anymore. So I believe that the hidden section where the monkeys are hiding is somewhere in this level. A bunch of TVs with the test colors permanently on their screens. Must have been defective TVs, or maybe they're just TVs that people bought and didn't want because they show the test colors nonstop. So I go into this hidden doorway where look at this, there's enemies everywhere, these guards. You can't really please the monkeys that time around because there's guards everywhere. These teleboard guards are everywhere. That have to do what Anakin and Obi-Wan did in Revenge of the Sith when they were in General Grievous's ship. And just take out their lightsabers and just go Samurai Jack on all the enemies and just downright destroy them. Hit them where their switches are, or not switches, you call them that key, the wind-up key. Just hit them and smash them all down, destroy them. Hit them once, twice. So I see some of these monkeys must be executives, and some of these executives like to wear football helmets while they go to executive meetings. That's how aggressive executive meetings are. They have to wear football helmets in the cameras. So now I'm going to be the Fantasy Knight, which is perfect for doing so. This Fantasy Knight is still the only morph thing you would have had up to this point, but it works really well in this level. Look at that, just punched him once. Monkey manager. Yeah, he must manage so much stuff because he has to wear a football helmet all the time to protect himself. Boss Ape. And there's one more monkey here. This one seems to be putting up a good fight. I don't think this one can steal my sword. There, so we got all the monkeys here, all those executive monkeys. Those are the real villains of Hollywood. The ones that the ones that invest in all the wrong things, or that think that animation should only be one thing or the other. I've seen some pretty bad things in animation. Like I recently watched an episode of Loud House where they completely destroyed Canada, and by saying that, it's a country where everything is all icy and cold, and everyone's like has a certain personality, which is really offensive to Canadian people. I don't like the modern Loud House much for that very reason. I used to really like the show when the show didn't exist when I was a kid, but I've liked the show in the earlier days of the show, but now the show is getting really bad for reasons like that. And who can we blame for that? Executives. It's always executives that come up with these ideas. Executives think they know the best, but really they don't. Neither do content creators. We don't know the best either. Executives are the reasons why a lot of things in animation fail, or reason why a lot of movies flop. Why there's so many flop movies that are made. Like, when was the last time anyone asked for a King Arthur movie? Or when was the time someone asked for a spin-off of that 2008 Get Smart movie? It was executives that came up with all that crap, not the people. The entertainment industry was never a democracy. So now I captured the other Peepomon in this level. Now apparently there's only one more monkey left. I think we already caught all the monkeys that were left at the bank. So this last monkey we have left to capture is on this train card. It almost looks like one of those San Francisco streetcars. I'm playing this level might be set in San Francisco or somewhere like that. I like to think it was set somewhere in San Francisco, maybe. There's a line of coins around here. There's a string of coins. This is going to earn us a lot of coins. This is a really good place to grind for coins. Not that you ever need to grind for coins in this game, because this game constantly throws coins just by playing regular levels in this game. You're constantly getting coins all the time. I'm becoming very rich. I still haven't spent a single coin of anything I've earned, and look how much I have. That monkey barely put up a fight. He didn't put up a fight at all. He was already captured when I laid my eyes on him. He didn't even bother to try it. Is I supposed to see a sundial or some weird, what do you call that thing, like sculpture thing in the background? It almost looks like some sort of Buddhist symbol or something like that, or something like that. So now we've captured all the monkeys in the city. Now we could go back to the TV studio where they're going to be filming some more crappy movies and crappy shows. The kind you could see on your local cable channel for, well, if you have a cable subscription, which is something a lot of people don't seem to have anymore, because cable's kind of a thing of the past now. I haven't had cable TV in years. I mostly just use the internet now as a source of entertainment. All the best entertainment you get nowadays is on the internet. You don't even need subscriptions to anything. Just watching videos on YouTube, like my videos, for example, is a good way to spend your afternoon if you really have time to waste or time to kill. And then there's other things you could do too, like read books. Remember what people did before TV was invented? They read books. They were singing about that in that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the book. What did we do for entertainment before we had TV? We had books. Maybe you should throw out your TV set and get a bookshelf instead. That's a way better form of entertainment. Yeah, sometimes I think that aged way too well. Those Oompa Loompas really knew what they were singing about. They knew how the TV industry would go better than anyone in 1964 or whenever that book came out could have possibly have predicted it to come out. They're gonna fly for this thing again simply because it's faster, but all the walls have already been punched down. There was a level very similar to this in Ape Escape 2 in the Vita Z Banana Factory. But this time around, you have to punch down the walls. We don't just simply fly through in our mech or Gundam-style mech kind of thing. We can jump over there, and I think there's some monkeys hiding over... Oh yeah, I remember, this is where that secret room is hiding. This is where we caught Spider-Man last time, the Spider-Man parody monkey, on this part where they filmed King Kong in the 2002 Spider-Man movie, probably filmed in a venue similar to this, not too different from this. They have all the buildings that are intricately stacked in the walls like this. We will climb. Okay, so I think this is where we have to go. Yeah, here it is. For some reason, the Super Monkey, you get 10 minutes of energy with the Super Monkey, unlike 30 seconds of energy you should get with everything else in this game. There's always a bowl of bananas. Apparently, we can smell the bananas, and that's how we find this place. The bowl of bananas on the table. Because what else are monkeys gonna eat? Oranges? Apples? Nah, it's always the bananas. It's always been about the bananas. That's why they throw sprites of bananas at us in the first game to slow us down. But there's no sprites in this game. This is PS2, especially later PS2 in 2006. But again, it was 2006, really later PS2, considering the fact that PS2 outlasted its competitors by quite a long time, actually, by several years. It actually beat the Xbox and GameCube by several years. Supposedly the Wii was responsible for that, because the specs for the Wii were very similar to the specs of the PS2. So the Wii was pretty much responsible for why the PS2 lasted a lot longer than it was supposed to. Or at least it was originally intended. They had PS2 games that lasted that were released in as late as like 2013. Mostly all sports games, though. Pretty much every system I could think of usually ends as sports games. But it's still pretty impressive the PS2 lasted that long. One of the newest games on PS2 that I have is a Toy Story 3 video game, which I still rarely ever played. I only play it like once or twice. I think it's just a port of the PSP game of the same name. So now I think we got all the monkeys in this section. There's another odd monkey down there that we didn't capture the first time around. And we still haven't seen the space part. You may have noticed in that hidden executive room that there are some models of planets in there. I think that's supposed to be a reference to the fact there's space. There's a space set in this level that we didn't get to see the first time around. So we're gonna see it now on this tour. We're going for the TV studio, the TV station. And it's guarded by these people these teleborgs that hold cameras that look like weapons. That actually would make a good guard system. You have the cameramen also serve as the guards and have weapons embedded into the cameras. So we're in that part where it's playing that music again that sounds like Michael Jackson's Thriller. Do 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 do. I wonder if there are any lawsuits over that still. So it's back to the music that I like, the best music from this level. And so now it looks like we're on the moon, and some set looks like it's on the moon. There's Peepo Panda. I think it's supposed to be a pun on something. There's a monkey with a laser cannon. So we always bring laser cannons to the moon, right, to kill any aliens we find up there on the surface of the moon. Maybe there is something really hostile up on the surface of the moon. Maybe that's the real reason NASA never returned to the moon. NASA hasn't sent any people to the moon since 1972. You can even see the planets very closely. Is there some sort of astronomical event going on where planets somehow get really close to the moon where they look like very large balls in the sky? Or maybe it's some sort of planetarium thing where you can see the planets up really close and it's like going to them without actually having to go to them. So now the TV studio has been cleared. The Spectre TV studio is completely vacant now, so you can't really run a TV studio and you have absolutely nothing. So now we're going to Monday the 16th, Nightmare on Ape Street. Most of this level is vacant of monkeys. We actually captured quite a lot of them the first time. This level actually let us capture most of the monkeys the first time around. This level is also very linear as well too. You're gonna have to run through pretty much a linear pathway, a linear passage that I've already been through the first time around. Went to this place. It's supposed to be like Scary Town something, only it doesn't look scary at all. It's actually more comical than scary. It's just the standard enemies that we've been seeing throughout the course of this game. there's still stuff to collect, but it's still just standard stuff we collect from the enemies from destroying them. There's a what's he call, a merry-go-round, a carousel, whatever you call it. I think there's a difference between merry-go-round and carousel. I never bothered. Oh look, it's the first time in the game I'm actually using the monkey radar. Yeah, it's the first time. That's how useful of a gadget it is. This far into the game, and I'm using it for the first time. This is where we came across a mini-boss the first time around, and then we had to go and smash pumpkins. I like to think we traveled back to the year 1979 to do this. I still think this level might be set in 1979, or maybe it's set in 1995, I don't know. There actually was a bit of a dispute between when the original Ape Escape came out. Official sources say the original Ape Escape came out in 1999, but there are a few odd sources that say it came out in 1996. Quite a few years before the DualShock analog controller, which is required to play the original Ape Escape, came out. So somehow Ape Escape came out and no one was able to play it back then because analog control sticks were not controllers were not invented yet at the time. Maybe they could have released it as like a separate add-on for the pre-existing controller, but I don't think they were that advanced at that time. I don't think they're really thinking of stuff like that back then. But yeah, so some people say the original Ape Escape came out in 1996, despite the fact that official sources say it came out in 1999. There's a similar thing with Ape Escape Pre. YouTube seems to think that Ape Escape Pre came out in 2005, and a lot of other sources reported that it came out in 2005, when Sony's official website and the game itself says it came out in January of 2006. I'm actually kind of surprised in that case, in that sense, that it says that has a copyright year of 2006 on the packaging and on the title screen. The game says copyright 2006. The game came out early in 2006, it's likely produced throughout 2005, so it could have still said 2005 as a copyright year. Kind of like with Philosoma, the game came out in early 1996, it was made throughout 1995, which is why it has a copyright year of 1995 on the packaging at the beginning of the game. So this is where that hidden monkey section is, or the monkeys like to hide. And there, we got enough energy to just fight this end, because the problem with the super monkeys, that can't really be used to fight enemies that well. I actually saw a video a long time ago where someone used its ability to knock on doors to fight the Monkey White boss and defeat Monkey White, but I'm not really surprised at all, because Monkey White's a big pushover, so if you can defeat Monkey White, that's not saying anything. That's actually, that's not really an achievement at all. Walking down the street's a much bigger achievement than defeating Monkey White with the super monkey. Maybe I should do that sometime. Maybe I should do some of those challenges. I tried finding them I saw those on YouTube back in 2012, these challenges that someone did of Ape Escape Free, and since then I still have never found them, so I think they may have been removed. Like a lot of good stuff gets removed on YouTube for unknown reasons. Maybe the channel got terminated, or maybe they just removed the video, or maybe YouTube found it was copyrighted or violated their terms of services. And there was this video I used to watch a lot of the time, a long time ago. It's a video about this kid that's saying, "Give me back my gray cord." It's ringing to his Xbox cord, and he sounds like Rocky from Rocky and Bullwinkle. "Give me my gray cord back! Give me it! Give me my cord! Give me my gray cord back!" And the kid's like, and his older brother's like, "No, you're dumb, stop it." And then it starts kicking off, and the kid's like, "I'm going to do it! I'm going to knock down the TV!" And the older brother's like, "Go ahead and try, you're too wimpy," or something like that. It was a funny video, but apparently it got removed recently for violating YouTube's terms of services. And it was on YouTube for like over 11 years when that happened. It's a really long time to be on YouTube for violating community guidelines or something. I wonder how long my videos will be on YouTube before they get removed. If they ever get removed, maybe they'll be on YouTube until YouTube ceases to exist, or maybe the end of civilization as we know it. NBC apparently is going to go off the air when civilization finally ceases to exist. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.